After Omar Yar and I rested in the small hotel that night, we went to immigration the next morning. The two borders, Mozambique and Swaziland, were very close to each other. At the Swaziland side, the police asked us where we were going. We told them we were heading to South Africa. One of them replied, "This is Swaziland. South Africa is on that side." Of course, we knew that. We were not confused. We only wanted to pass through Swaziland to reach South Africa. We stepped back a little, unsure of what to do next. Luckily, some young local boys approached us. They understood that we were trying to cross the border. They told us, "Come with us, we'll show you an easy place." We followed them. They helped us climb over a small fence, and that was how we crossed. We gave them a small amount of money to thank them. After walking for some time, we reached a small supermarket and bought drinks. While standing outside looking for a vehicle to take us to a town, a military man approached us. He greeted us politely and then took us with him to a small military camp. Later, he handed us over to two other military men. They took us to a police station. What was strange was that while they were escorting us, they were laughing and talking in a language we did not recognize. Omar whispered to me, "Are they insulting us? This doesn't sound like a normal language." I told him, "I have no idea." When we reached the police station, the military men left and the police began writing down our information. After they finished, we were told to sit outside. Unexpectedly, one of the immigration officers, the same man who had earlier told us this is not South Africa, arrived at the station. When he saw us, he became extremely angry. He shouted, What are you doing here?" The moment I saw his anger, I stood up. He slapped Omar Yar very hard across the face. Omar was young and weak, and he fell to the ground. Then the officer came toward me, shouting loudly. There was a big tree nearby, and I moved around it to avoid him. He went back into the station, came out with a big stick, and tried to hit me. Every time he charged at me, I ran around the tree to the other side. A female police officer came out and saw Omar crying on the ground and me circling the tree while the officer tried to beat me. She begged him to stop and said, "Please leave them. They are tired." Eventually he walked away. It was winter and the cold was severe. The police lit a fire and we all sat around it to keep warm. Later that evening, 13 Somalis arrived. 2 of them were women. The men were placed together in one very small, overcrowded room, and the women were taken to another room. Shortly after, the women came running back to us, frightened. They said the police had started harassing them. We were afraid. All of us, men and women, ended up sleeping together in one room. There was no proper sleep. The room was extremely crowded. The next day, the police took us to another building and gave us forms to fill out. After completing them, we were called in. We were addressed by the Minister of Home Affairs, Mrs. Shamangu. She said, "We are a small country and we cannot accommodate all of you. We will only accept these 2 young boys. The rest of you have 24 hours to leave the country." Omar Yari and I were put into a small vehicle and taken to a small refugee camp. The camp was not made of tents. It had simple houses and looked like a normal settlement. There we met 2 young Somali men who were studying in the camp, Abdullahi Mohammed Hush and Musa Tarura. They welcomed us warmly. Later, the camp administration asked Abdullahi Hush if we could stay with him. He agreed and said, "It's okay, they can stay with us." We became part of the community and lived there for a few weeks. Omar Yare was registered in a night school, and I was registered in a college to study building and construction. However, life there was very difficult. Eventually, Omar and I decided to leave and try our luck in South Africa. In the end, we left Swaziland and entered South Africa. We traveled to Johannesburg. It was the first time in our lives that we rode a train. We got off in Mayfair, Johannesburg, where we found Somali people already living there.